Here we go, folks. Here comes the Mustangs on a game that, you know, a lot of people would say on paper because both of them are locked in for where they're at. Kingwood will be here next Friday night. They are the first seed in Division II, and then the Woodlands is first seed in Division I because they won the head-to-head against Atascocita. So both are locked in, but Kingwood upsets the Woodlands tonight, and guess what? We have a three-way tie in district championship, and if you go off the points, I believe Atascocita would actually win it. But at the end of the day, we'd have a three-way co-district championship here.
Yeah, you're exactly right there, and you know it's going to be a good battle. Of course, unfortunately, the Mustangs without one of their best running backs in Sewell Honolua, but still a fight in the trenches. Of course, Kingwood's got the strong, powerful offensive line, and the Woodlands has the #1 ranked defense in the district. It's shaping up to be a good ball game here on this Thursday night, Bert.
Here comes the Highlanders in, and you know I actually have got an opportunity to call 3 of the Highlanders games this year. One of them being against Katy, and they actually went up in that game 7-0, and it was a ball game that you watched it. Katy for some reason the Highlanders for some reason give Katy on the field. Year before last, they actually were the only loss that Katy had before Katy ran off their wins and then made it to the state championship. But good football team, but they're really driven off of defense. You know, you watch what they've done this year. Their offense has been consistent, not a lot of turnovers, but it's not offense, it's winning ball games with them. Their defense, we've got an opportunity to sit here and watch them against Atascocita right here at Turner Stadium, and they had 4 turnovers. They scored 21 in the first half before eventually Atascocita got back in the ball game. Atascocita won the second and the third period. Unfortunately, when the buzzer went off at the end of the fourth quarter, they were down on the scoreboard. We'll go to colors here. We'll be back in just a minute.
We honor America, our flag, and our brave servicemen with it, and protect our freedoms with the playing of our national anthem by the Kingwood High School Band.
All right, Forrest, running through some numbers here. Last year, Kingwood was beat by the Highlanders 35-27. The Highlanders were actually knocked off in the first round, and I saw a couple of the coaches here by Klein Oak, 38-20. Klein Oak went on a run and made it all the way to the 4th round in the playoffs, so they're out here watching tonight. It's pretty set if they go through their wins the way they're supposed to. They'll be in the playoffs next week back against this Highlanders team. So anyway, looking forward to a good ball game here. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. We appreciate you tuning in to us here on TexanLive.com tonight. Bert, another beautiful night for high school football here in Texas. Of course, the final week of the regular season.
A lot of district championships on the line, of course. We got some great ones tomorrow night. We have C.E. King undefeated going into Cougar Nation, taking on Crosby undefeated. And, this is a game that means a lot in 5A. Crosby's, I believe, ranked number 1, I was told. I know they were number 2 last week, but Crosby's just a team. They find some way to win. A couple weeks ago, New Caney took them all the way down they're at home to overtime. And like I said, Tristan Cotton, Manny Netherly, there's just a lot of weapons on that team. And so, but C.E. King, they've got some strong. Their quarterback is unbelievable. So should be an interesting matchup. And then we go down south. We've got Coach Morton, going against the Manville Mavericks taking on Tony Heath and the Pearland Oilers, and both of those teams are undefeated. And then on Saturday, there's this little game up in Katy. Cinco Ranch is undefeated, and they're taking on the Katy Tigers at 11. And the reason I'm bringing all this up, guess what? All those games are live on TexanLive.com, and we've got a lot more we'll be covering. I think we got 27 games we'll be covering over the next 3 days right here in the Houston Metroplex. Houston area. Dallas is a Metroplex, and I sure don't want to get confused with being Dallas. So Houston area. And with that said, we also next week start our playoffs, and very fortunate, had an opportunity to sign a contract again this year with Fox Sports Southwest. So every game starting next week, whether it's Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, not only will it be live audio, but it'll be live video. So really looking forward to that.
You mentioned the Crosby C.E. King game, Bert. I'm looking forward to that one tomorrow night. Of course, I'm on the call tomorrow with Mark Johnson. Hope all of you can tune in. As you said, big implications on that game. But let's get to tonight, Bert. How is Kingwood going to respond? I know last week you saw the offense missing Saywell against College Park, but this week they get their quarterback in Dawson Trudell back. Of course, he's been out since week 4 with the spleen injury. Look forward to really seeing if he's rusty, if it's been knocked off, and what he can really do in this offense tonight. See if he can provide another jolt to this offense to maybe get a key victory going into playoffs, build a little momentum.
Well, TJ West has done a great job filling in for him, but as you said, Trudell is definitely the starter of this team at the beginning part of the season. Be interesting to see. When you've been out for 4 weeks, do Coach Campbell leave him in longer tonight than what you probably, it just depends. It's probably going to depend on how he starts out the game. But the good news is we should get to see him right off the bat because Kingwood will receive the ball here. They're going to put Matt Slayton and Eric Hammersmith back there to return this kickoff.
Hammersmith's got good speed back there. Been the primary return man here for the Mustangs this season.
Here we go. This ball game's underway. Hammersmith's going to take it right there. He's going to bring it out. He thought about it, cuts back up the middle right there. And I believe that if he would have not brought it out, that may have been a safety because he actually fielded that ball, it looked like. I couldn't tell if the momentum drew him back, so I think he felt the same way. And unfortunately, because that ball did carry him back in the end zone, he's only going to return it to the 16. So that's where the Mustangs will take over here, 1st and 10.
Of course, Bert, this close to wing T triple option offense is going to be very difficult for the Highlanders to stop there. The #1 rushing team, ranked defensive rushing team. See what they can do against this confusing Mustang offense.
Trudell bobbles the snap right there. Flag on the ground. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be. Looks like Hammersmith's going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage, but where that flag's at, it may be all sides on the defense. Looks over at Coach Campbell, and I believe that's what it's going to be.
We have offsides on the defense, number 37, 5-yard penalty.
Yep, so that'll be 5 free yards right there. And Trudell a little lucky there. He bobbled that snap, so he's definitely got a little rust on there because that exchange is so important, especially in, like you said, the wing T offense. He is the man running it. Even though that formation right there was actually just an I-back formation. Here he sets up 2 in the backfield with him in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looking downfield, fires out here, got a man. That ball's going to be caught. 30, cuts back to the inside right there. They're going to put that ball down right around the 39-yard line. Nice play right there. And just like that, Matt Dean picks that nice catch out there away from his body, then turned upfield, but he made sure he secured the pass right there before he turned upfield. Trudell under center, drops back again. Quick fire out here. Almost picked off right there.
That was number 32, Matt Mahoney, on the breakup of that play. And exactly, just a great job extending those arms out, knocking that ball down. Yeah, Bert, you know as good as I do. Number one, they've only allowed 800 yards in district play this season, so kind of bodes well for the for the Highlander defense tonight.
Well, they're playing man out there. It looks like the go may be out there. Let's see what they do here. Kingwood's going to come up bunch formation. One out here to the right. Takes the snap, handoff straight up the middle right there. That's Hammersmith still on his feet. Going to give him about 3 right there, maybe 3.5. We'll call it 3. Bring up a third down and 8 right here. Third down and 7.
And Garrett Stevens, a senior nose guard, on the stop for the Highlanders. And Bert, this defensive line of the Woodlands Highlanders got some really big size out there. Of course, Kingwood O-line, no slouch themselves. Going to be a real battle in the trenches tonight.
Trudell under center here. Got 2 out here right. Brings a man in motion right there. Quick pitch out here. Cuts back. Got a little block right there. Got a seam. That's Griffin Lay. Nice job by him right there. And that was a saving touchdown tackle right there. I thought Lay was going to break away from that and be standing in the end zone. So far, nice possession here for the Mustangs.
And a fantastic block right in front of Lay. Number 71, Luke Vaughters, the left guard for the Mustangs.
Just a sweep out of the right. Lay saw lane back to the inside. Cut back to the inside right there. Nice running by him. Trudell up under center here. Fakes the handoff, drops back, looking, going to fire downfield. That ball's going to bounce and almost be caught. So it went from interception to almost a catch right there, but Eric Hammersmith couldn't quite get back to it, and ball hits the ground, going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Almost a fantastic play by Mitchell Bell, but like you said, he almost tipped it right into Hammersmith's hands, but 2nd down and 10 now, ball 39-yard line. And you kind of, Bert, you know as good as I do, Kingwood, it's been more run this year. Already with Trudell back, you've seen a lot more pass than we've expected.
Trudell here. Fake handoff, looking downfield, fires. That ball's going to be incomplete. Man, he was blanket covered right there.
Talon Buskin on the play for the Highlanders. Yeah, these Highlanders defensive backs do really a good job sticking to their receivers.
Had to go down here. He wasn't on the depth chart. That was intended for Colton Moore. Takes the snap. Going to be a quarterback draw right here. He got a little seam right there. Trudell shows his speed. He did win a state championship last year, and for anybody that didn't see it, it was unbelievable. It got, I think, 1.2 million views last year, where he literally jumped right at the finish line and beat the kid from Manville by, whether it was an inch or a foot, either way. But Kingwood actually won the state championship last year, and that young man right there was the anchor on the 4x400 last year, so he's got plenty of speed.
You saw him turn the Jets on for that huge last play, and now they're inside the red zone.
Here we go, Trudell up under center. Hands off right there, backside. He may get the end zone right there. He got one man to beat. Puts his head down, going to be tackled about the 2-yard line. That was Damon Young there. Coming out of the slot position, come in motion.
Mustangs very lucky, between having Damon Young and Griffin Lay in the backfield, they got 2 really explosive running backs. Makes for a tough running game to stop.
Well, it does, and and that was the thing that made Say was so deadly is, Alana Lua gave him that big man. Not only does he have speed, but, there was just so many different options you had to protect. Here we go, handoff straight off the middle, ball's on the ground. believe Kingwood's going to recover it right there, but, you know, those are the kind of mistakes you can't make.
Especially against this tough Highlanders defense. You know, if you can go down and score on the first opening drive like this, that's making a statement real quick. Not necessarily saying the Woodlands going to hang their heads, but if you're Kingwood, you can say, hey, I'm here ready to play too.
That was Trent Eckerson there. Power out formation straight ahead right there. He's going to be stuffed. Going to be stopped about the 1 foot line. Well, here we go. First decision. Have to believe in a game where it's for pride. You're going to go for it here.
Well, especially with Trudell coming back off injury. You know, hadn't played in so many weeks, kind of what you talked about earlier. It doesn't mean anything exactly. Yeah, you want to win, but you also want to get your quarterback that much more experience for playoffs.
Trudell up under center, power I formation here. Got the 2 big men up in front of him blocking right here. Pitches out right here. Cuts back up and cuts in, and that's a touchdown. Nice drive by Kingwood right there.
It's a very impressive first drive, capped off by a touchdown run. That was, I believe that was Griffin Lay, yes, on the run. And way to make a statement if you're the Mustangs so far, going down the field. And they took some good amount of time to make that first drive, a little under 5 minutes on that first drive.
Well, and the thing I noticed, because I was going through the numbers out there, we got, you know, 2 deep charts on us, and the defense right there looked like they had a lot of their starters out there. So what a nice drive right there by the Mustangs. Here's a snap. PAT's up, and it is good. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. Going to be declined. PAT's going to count. So I'm Bert Brocker.
My name is Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
Have you been to TexanLive.com? If not, I'm here to tell you that TexanLive.com is the new home for high school sports. Check us out at TexanLive.com.
And welcome back out to Turner Stadium. It's the Mustangs 7, the Highlanders 0. An impressive first drive by the Kingwood Mustangs, capping off a little under a 5-minute drive touchdown run by Griffin Lay. So Kingwood set to kick it away. Bert, what did you see on that last drive?
Well, I like that. You know, again, and on paper, whenever the game took place, we looked at the Atascocita Kingwood game, you know, and you looked at that game on paper, and you really felt like it was going to be a good game. But that was a game that Atascocita, they had a game plan. The defense shut this offense down, and then, of course, there were some big plays on big throws. But this Kingwood team, what a job Coach Campbell's done. You know, you look at their record and you go, okay, well, they lost the first 2 games. Well, guess what? You travel to Katy, Texas. Then you take on Klein Collins. And both of these teams at the time were top 10 ranked. Katy number 2 in the state, or number 3. And Klein Collins number 7 or 8. So, again, you know, those are the kind of teams Coach Campbell made the decision that, hey, we're going to play tougher teams. We don't want to candy schedule the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. We want to go out there, and even if we do get beat up a little bit, we want to see where we stand. And next week they beat Friendswood 35-34, roll off 5 wins in a row, and here they are with 1 loss in the district and 7-0 lead over the Woodlands with no losses in the district so far. Ball's fielded right there about the 8. Going to be returned up to about 23-yard line, I believe, where they're going to place the ball down.
Now let's see what this Mustang defense can do out there. You know, they've given up a lot of passing yards this season, Bert, but they're number 3 in the district in run stopping against a district that really does have some running backs, and they forced 15 fumbles, which leads the whole district of 16-6A.
Craig Heiser here will get the start tonight. Smith out. Here we go, brings a man in motion right here. Got trips out of the left, handoff straight up the middle right there, bottled up, and he's going to lose 2 yards. Nice job by the Mustangs defense there.
Led by senior weak side linebacker Connor Gregerson on that play for the Mustangs.
Jordan Talfer here in the backfield with Heiser. Trips out here to left, one out here to right, looks over. Kingwood got man coverage. Now they drop man back on the left side. Now they drop back into zone. Heiser takes the snap. Surveying the field, going to go deep for it all. There shows speed again and just out of the fingertips. So 3rd down and 11 coming up here. Ball's right there on the 23-yard line.
And that was Hunter Boyd on the coverage for the Mustangs. But Bert, you know, kind of looking at these depth charts, I saw this earlier. The Mustangs got some youth back there at the safety position in Matt Slayton and Nolan Powell, starting 2 sophomores back there. So see what happens against this very experienced Highlander, high-powered offense.
Will Skipworth there with the attempt at reception, but he clearly showed some speed because they were running side by side, and he turned the Jets on. There's pressure. Going to be brought down right there, so wow. You know, I know this game is what this game is, but what a great start for the Mustangs here tonight.
And they're going to force a punt on that drive. Colton Moore getting the sack along with Matt Shelby. And yeah, you're exactly right. They're fired up. They're ready to play. And, you know, they had a tough loss to Atascocita, but since then, the last 2 games, they have really stepped up. And it's kind of that loss may kind of knocked you down a little bit, but it helps you in the long run.
Well, momentum's definitely on their side, and if they can get a big win here tonight, boy, what a great feeling going in on this little school side. So hopefully that's something they can play off of. Punt's going to be fielded right there. Going to not call for the fair catch. Thought for sure he would call for the fair catch right there. Cole Preston says, no, I'll catch it and run right through the middle there and pick up about 8 yards. So the Mustangs are actually going to get this possession starting out right at the 47-yard line here.
And that was Lexton Troffler on the stop for the Highlanders. But yeah, you're exactly right. Great field positioning, and they're putting themselves in a position to take a very early 14-0 lead if they can punch this drive in.
Trudell out here, he's going to be in a shotgun. Got a receiver out here to the right. Takes the snap, drops straight back, got some pressure. Going to be fired right there. What a nice catch out there again. Big man showing some hands. Matt Dean, that is twice that he caught that ball out there coming out of the backfield. And nice job of making sure Dean caught the ball. You know, it's so important. You see so many times a running back, especially a bigger guy like Dean is, he'll come out of the backfield and he won't catch the ball. He's worried about turning upfield first. So 2 passes to him, both of them nice catches and big gains for the Mustang. Hands off right there. Bottled up, but he cuts back, and that shows why Griffin lay. Wow, that right there shows the ability of him of literally stopping on a dime and then cutting completely back across grain there. And instead of being a 3-yard loss, he's going to pick up almost 5 yards. We'll give him 4 and call it 2nd and 6.
And Michael Purcell, the junior defensive end, on the stop for the Highlanders. But, you know, it's amazing, Bert, what having Trudell in this offensive like. We both know TJ West was not the best thrower. He was a good fill-in. He was a solid backup, but he does not have the arm Dawson Trudell does, and you've seen what Trudell's done so far tonight.
Trudell here, fakes it, firing right there. That was real close to a backwards pass right there. That was designed to be just a quick screen out there, bubble screen, and Woodlands defense blew that one up. So Trudell a little lucky there. That was real close to a backwards pass, which would have been about a 6-yard loss.
And Connor Benny on the coverage on that side of the field for the Highlanders. Of course, the Highlanders probably close to field goal range. Diego Garcia leading the district in kicking and attempted field goals for the Mustangs this year.
Trudell up under center here, 2 out to the left. Drop straight back, going to be a draw up the middle right there. Griffin Lay going to be wrapped up, and he's actually going to lose a yard right there. That's going to back him up to the we'll call it 28-yard line, 38, be a 45-yard field goal. Probably out here in no man's land. I bet they leave the offense out here.
Garcia went out on the field like he wanted to go, but Coach, you're probably right. If you're Coach Campbell, I mean, you almost got to go for it this time, especially against a team like the Highlanders. You put them down in a 14-0 lead early, you know, not going to necessarily say you're going to knock them all the way down, but you'll take a little edge off early.
Well, and you want to put your quarterback in situation because next week it's one and done. So you want Trudell getting live action here of plays that matter. Drops back, got pressure, going to fire it up right here. That ball's going to be incomplete. No flag there. Great coverage right there. Man coverage out there. He was left all out there by himself. That was number 6. Connor Benny there for the Highlanders, but nice job of running right in his pocket. And ball's going to hit the ground and be a turnover on down for the Highlanders.
Good defensive stop for the Highlanders. Benny's another one of those guys that's a very stout cornerback for the Highlanders. He's been a big key to this defense this year.
Heiser here in the shotgun. Got 2 running backs there with him. Hands off, straight up the middle right there. And there's nothing there. I mean, a host of Mustangs there. Looks like they may give him back to the line of scrimmage. I actually thought he lost a yard there. They'll spot it over here on this side, and it will be a 1-yard loss. So bring up a 2nd down and 11. But Mustangs interior defense looking sharp right now.
That defensive charge led by number 63, Atoro Nwako. And you're exactly right, though. They're looking stout. They looked great on the first drive, and one play into this one, they're looking stout as well.
Going to go empty backfield. 2 out here left, 3 out to right. Heiser in the shotgun by himself. Nobody. Yep. That was a nice job by Heiser right there. It was not there on the first look, but he faked like he was going to throw it. Defender cut on it, and then went there to probably about an 8-yard kind of little hitch pattern right there. So that's going to give the Highlanders a 1st and 10. Ball's going to be placed down right at the 39-yard line.
Tackle made by number 34, Spencer Goodman for the Mustangs.
Heiser takes the snap, hands off to Talford, and there's nothing there. What a nice job right there. Going to be a turnover, and the Mustangs come up with it. What a nice job right there defensively again. And that, I believe, is going to be the 3rd or the 4th time we've said that. That was Ben Beckelman there breaking that ball or popping that ball out. Mustangs recovered. Now they're going to have the ball on the 30, we'll call it 39-yard line.
Burton, you know, I talked about it earlier in the game. The Mustangs leading the district in forced fumbles. That was their 16th forced fumble of the year. Good stat.
Trudell up under center, moving people around here. Fakes the pitch, looks downfield, got lay out there. Wow, thought he had him there. That's one that Lay did his part. It was a hitch and go. Trudell laid it up, and just one of those balls that I bet Lay catches that ball 70% of the time. Nice pass by Trudell, though. I'm really impressed. You know, he was out for 4 weeks, and he comes right back in here tonight. Outside of bobbling that first snap tonight, he has really, really looked sharp.
Yes, he really has. And that's good to see for the Mustangs going into the playoffs next week.
Handoff straight up the middle right there. Nice job by Dean. He's going to pick up about 4 yards. Ball's going to be placed at the 35. And once again, you're kind of in no man's land here. This is probably 4-down territory for Coach Campbell, so be curious to see what he dials up here. Sure would have liked to have seen that long pass down the sideline to Lay be a catch, because he laid it up beautifully.
Well, that's one thing having Dawson Trudell back in the offense is it gives you the ability to throw those balls deep, as we've seen several times so far tonight.
Trudell here, quick pitch out there, cuts back up right there. Wow, what a nice play. Only going to gain about a yard right there. Big, big hit right there.
Once again, the stop by the senior linebacker, Matt Mahoney. Bring up 4th down for the Mustangs. And, you know, we saw him shoot some balls deep on 4th down already tonight. I'm really curious to see what Coach Campbell's going to dial up here on this one.
Well, if you really think about it, you throw the ball up and they didn't get to the end zone and they accidentally intercept it. It's same thing as a punt. If your man comes down with it, of course, it's a touchdown. So here we go. Purdell's going to be in the shotgun here. Takes a snap. Good snap. Looking downfield. Got a man right there. But, wow, what a nice play by the linebacker right there, getting his arm out. Zach LeConfora. What a nice play. And I want to make sure, help me out with that pronunciation.
I'm thinking you're close. La Confora, maybe
Yeah,
something along those.
Yep. Nice job by him, though. Zach did a nice job reaching out there and knocking that ball down. So, be another turnover on down. So,
you know, despite the fact of the first drive that the Highlanders given up so far here in these last two drives, they've lived up to that Highlanders defense that everybody's been talking about.
Takes a snap, quick throw out here. Bottled up right there, but does a nice job of breaking through a couple tackles right there. Going to pick up almost 9 yards.
And Cole Preston and Connor Gregerson on the stop for the Mustangs. Gregerson, the workhorse for this Mustang linebacking core in front seven. Seen him made a lot of plays against Atascocita and a lot of plays last week against College Park. See what he can do tonight against this tough Woodlands front.
Going to be a handoff straight up the middle right there and going to get about 3 yards, but that's going to be a first down for the Highlanders. Carlos Ramos there on the carry.
And Spencer Goodman on the stop for the Mustangs. Time winding down here too in the first quarter, Bert, down to almost 30 seconds. This one kind of flying by already.
Heiser's got two receivers to each side, takes the snap, looking downfield, nothing there, got pressure, going to fire that ball. A little high, that ball's going to be incomplete, so with 21 seconds, we're going to get one more play here, maybe two here in the first quarter. Mustangs up 7-0.
Once again, good pressure up the middle by that Mustang front. Colton Moore getting close to Kaiser back there. Good coverage also on the outside. Hunter Boyd on the coverage for the Mustangs.
Well, the Mustangs defensively coming in here tonight, first three possessions have got stopped, so they've got to feel really good about themselves. But this is where they got to continue to dig because, as we all know, this is a four-quarter game. So Heiser here in the shotgun, takes the snap, handoff right there, keeps it himself. He had me faked out right there.
And I thought Gregerson had made the play in the backfield, but instead it's number 34 Goodman on the stop for the Mustangs. And
going to pick up about 3 yards there, bring up second down and 7. Heiser did a nice job there on the read option. And that's how our first quarter in. Mustangs 7, Highlanders nothing. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken. That decision set a lot of things in motion. So now it's not just chickens raised this way. It's more ingredients you can trust. Which has taught us a lesson. Sometimes, what you think is the harder road turns out to be the only one worth being on. Panera Bread. Live consciously. Eat deliciously.
Well, for those that didn't get an opportunity to see it, we do archive it. You can go back to Texan Live and rewatch it all day long today. And, man, I want to give the kids from the AV department and Kingwood High School credit. They did an absolutely phenomenal job helping Rusty Odom and, of course, my nephew and my IT guru, Dre Matula. And there he is right there. Well, just heard a score right there. Westville 6, Klein 0. Thanks to one of our fans down in the stands. So we're getting our updates here from the old-fashioned way, the Pony Express, for us.
I like it. A little different so far. But.
All right. 3rd down, and we'll call it 8. Fans getting into it. Want to see a Mustang stop here, just like we do. Got pressure coming. Everybody's coming. Jailhouse break. Oh, my goodness. And that ball's going to be caught and break a tackle. And going to be tackled right there around the 12-yard line. I don't know how you could have had any worse luck than that as a Mustang. That ball, I mean, Heiser was absolutely buried in the backfield, just thrown up as a lame duck, and somehow or another came down there in a receiver's hands and picked up almost 32 yards. That was Reed Barber. Ramos there, and he is hit hard right there. What a nice job by the Mustangs defense.
Aren't these Mustangs, they're really laying the wood tonight here on the Highlanders so far. They've really made some big hits. That time it was number 60, Dylan Shotwell, on the stop for the Mustangs. But, you know, last play getting to Kaiser, having 2 or 3 Mustangs in his face and blowing him up. That time really bringing down Ramos hard.
Well, that's what you want to see as a defensive coordinator. Heiser takes the snap here, looks downfield, going to fly out here to his tight end, and he's going to go down and actually lose 5 yards right out there. That was Dylan Casey with the reception, but he's going to go backwards 5 yards.
And a great open field tackle by the senior linebacker, Trent Erickson. As you saw, if Erickson doesn't make that tackle, he at least gets back to the line of scrimmage, if not more, on that play.
Yeah, there was an opportunity. He had one man to beat out there, and very easily could have went the distance if he makes that one-man break. So great tackle in open field right there. Kaiser here looks over. He's got 2 receivers to both sides. Takes the snap here. Wants to throw quick. Got the man over the middle right there. And I believe that ball is going to be caught and down at the 1. Wow, that skinny post right there. Just man coverage out there. Cole Preston had the coverage there, and he had tight coverage. That was just one of those post patterns that he got inside position there. Nice strike by Heiser. Heiser trying to hurry it up, hands off straight up the middle, and we're an extra point away from a tie ball game.
What a fantastic drive by the Woodlands that time. Yeah, it took a little luck on one of those plays, but, man, they really showed they can score like lightning, too.
Yep. Westfield up 6-0 over Klein in the second quarter. Langham Creek up 7-3 over Cy Ridge. Kick is up. Kick is good. And just like that, with 10:04 to go here in the second quarter, Mustang 7, Highlanders 7. We'll go to break.
All Spas is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But All Spas is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, All Spas is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. All Spas is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
Well, welcome back out to Turner Stadium, folks. It's all tied up at 7, 10:04 remaining here in the second quarter, and a nice impressive drive by the Woodland Highlanders leading to their first touchdown of the ball game. Capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by junior running back Carlos Ramos. And now we'll see how the Mustang offense can respond here on this drive.
Once again, Cole Preston, Eric Hammersmith will be back here, return this kickoff. Cole Preston going to take the ball right there. Got a little bit of a seam, trying to break outside. Going to return it to about the 25-yard line. So that's where the Mustangs will take over here on their 5th possession. Getting some more scores in because it does have a lot to do with our district. Westfield up over Klein right now, 13-0. If Klein loses that game, then that puts Klein Oaks in 100% into the playoffs next week. So we'll get you more of the lineup of where everybody's going to be at next week as we continue to watch scores throughout the evening. Trudell up under center here. Hands off, straight up the middle right there. Lay bounces off a tackle right there. That right there is going to be a really, really hard tackle out there. It looked like Lay felt like that play was going to be blown dead, and instead he didn't keep his feet turning, got really slammed the ground there. Got up a little confused why it wasn't unnecessary roughness, but let it play. 2nd down and 9.
Antoine Winfield, senior safety, on the stop for the Highlanders.
Trudell here is going to go to the shotgun. Got a receiver on each side. Little low snap. Nice job fielding it. Sets up the screen right there. Throws it back. And nobody fooled. And there is a host of Highlanders there on that one. He's going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage right there.
He was hit first by Zach Lockenfora for the Highlanders, and then eventually brought down by number 7, Ian Harris. And this is the Highlander defense we talked about earlier in the ballgame, folks. They kind of fell asleep on that first drive, but since they've really turned the dial up, now the Mustangs find them in a tough 3rd down and long situation.
Trudell up under center here. Drops straight back, fires over the middle right there. That's going to be a flag. Several flags. I think we're only missing one. Let's see if we can find another one here. Nope. Going to be offensive pass interference. Let's see if there's a flag back there in the backfield, though. They're getting together here. There is a flag back there in the backfield, so looks like these penalties may offset.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Shot block. Number 71 on the offense. Pass interference. Number 15 on the defense. These were offset. We played it down. 3rd down.
Well, when you needed a first down right there, instead of having a first down, there was a chop block on the play. So instead of having a first down around the 35-yard line, you're going to have a 3rd down, and we'll still call it 12. Ball going to be placed down right there at the 24-yard line. Connor Hempel running in there with the play here.
Tough break right there for the Mustang offense. Instead of getting a first down, now you're in 3rd down and long territory.
Got 2 receivers to each side here. Fires out there to Lay, and that ball's going to be high, and he wouldn't have had the first down anyway. So that's going to bring up a 4th down, and out comes the punter for the Mustangs. I think the coach over there on that Highlanders defense after that first possession probably had a little chat with his boys about, guys, this is not the defense we want to be finishing up, getting ready to go into playoffs next week.
Back deep, number 15. Oh, number 81, 15, A.J. Mason, number 81. Keeson Carter.
Carter and Mason back here to return this punt. Low snap, he fields it. Would have got blocked, but a nice job by the punter right there of dodging what would have been the block and then getting the punt off. So that was a very heads-up play right there. Ball's going to go out right at the 46-yard line, so the Highlanders will take over there.
You talk about punter Diego Garcia for the Mustangs, Bert. He's been on this team since he was a sophomore. He's now a senior. He's been their starting kicker since he was a sophomore. So definitely a little bit of an experience factor back there. Always helps when you've got a good punter and a good kicker, as Garcia is. He's first in the district in field goals and in punting average. So definitely a benefit and a weapon that the Mustangs can use to their advantage, as you saw in that last play.
Handoff straight up middle right there. Breaks a couple tackles, going to pick up about 7 yards.
And brought down by sophomore safety Nolan Powell on that last play for Kingwood.
Heiser here has 2 receivers to both sides, takes the snap, going to be a quarterback draw right there. Absolutely nothing, blown up right there. Nice job by the defense of the Mustangs.
And that was number 66, Braden Furlow. Nice job getting that sack. And Bert, this Mustang defense has really looked pretty good so far. Definitely impressive tonight. As we know, they're forced to be reckoned with stopping the run, ranked 3rd in district. It's definitely not an easy task here in 16-6A.
Take snap, going to go for it all right here. That ball's hanging in the air right there. That ball's going to be picked off. Cole Preston did a nice job right there. That ball just hung in the air, and once again, he was hit hard there as right as he released it, so he didn't get anything on that. So nice possession there by the Mustangs defense right there, because of course Highlanders didn't have very long field right there. That's like what I've been talking about. Their defense is something else, but you know, as you get deeper and deeper, and you know, you're going to have to play offense to win in the playoffs. There's no doubt about that. So, sure, Coach Smith will have, you know, his starting quarterback backs next week, and that'll make a big difference. Trudell up under center here. Quick pitch out there to Lay. Lay looking for a little seam to break through right there. Going to pick up about 3 yards, bring up a 2nd down, 7. Ball be placed down right at the 40.
Stop made by number 99, Michael Purcell, for the Highlanders.
Brought down over by number 37, Cole Sigley. Pick up a 3, 7.
Handoff straight up the middle right there. Once again, what a nice job right there by Matt Dean. But more importantly, that big offensive line, that's who we want to give the love to right there. Nice seal block there to create a lane for Dean to run through. Going to pick up about 10 yards and a 1st down. And all of a sudden now they're in Highlander territory. Ball going to be placed down right at the 49-yard line. 5:44. Both teams have 3 timeouts.
A lot of these Kingwood Mustang offensive linemen, they had 3 of them that started as a sophomore, and now they're seniors, and they've really been a force to be reckoned with here the last couple years in this Mustang offense.
Takes the snap, hands off straight up the middle right there. Nice hard run by Damon Young right there. Going to give him, we'll call it 4 yards, bring up a 2nd down, 6. Ball going to be placed down right on the 45-yard line.
And you hear Antoine, or you got Antoine Winfield on that stop. And a shout out to Coach Albie of the Mustangs. You hear him hollering into that field mic down there. Fantastic coach for the Mustangs that you hear.
Here we go, Trudell up under center here. Going to be a quarterback draw straight up the middle right there. And with where that flag is, I think it's probably going to be offsides, but it looks like he's going to pick up about 6 on that. So I'm sure they'll probably take the play in the 1st down.
Second time, if the case is offsides.
trying to see exactly where the ball is going to be placed down at there.
We have offsides. Number 99 on the defense. That will be declined. We have first down.
Yep, going to give him 6.5 on the run. That'll be a first down. Ball placed down at 39-yard line. So here we go again. Mustangs first drive really good, and like to see 4:44 to go off the clock, because that's what's left here in the first half, and a touchdown score for the Mustangs here. Go in with a 14-7 lead and feel really good about yourself. Trudell here in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, roll out, is going to throw. Got pressure right there. No, he didn't. He cuts back up, and that's one of those deals where, if he gets that edge there, it could have been a real big play, but still a nice job. He had big-time pressure in the backfield, did a nice job of turning his shoulders, picking up about 2 yards. So instead of having a second down and 14, you have a second down and 8. So nice job by Trudell there, not only avoiding the sack, but turning something into a positive yardage.
We saw his wheels on the very first drive, and he proves again, and maybe says, hey, Woodlands, don't forget about my speed back there.
Bunch formation here. Fakes a quick pitch. There's that delay trap right there. That's going to be Eric Hammersmith back on the inside, and they're going to pick up about 4 yards on that. So it'll bring up a third down, and let's call it 4.
There's so many different weapons you can get here out of this Mustang offense. Is Trudell going to run? Is Trudell going to throw? Are you going to give the ball to Lay? Are you going to give the ball to Young? Are you going to give the ball to Dean? Or is it going to go to Hammersmith? It's just a very different offense here in this wing T that really has been playing to their advantage.
I think what we're going to get is a play clock at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mustangs will call a timeout. So this year our timeout sponsor is Tin Roof Barbecue. Want to thank them. I'm Bert Brocker. I got Forrest Cox here beside me. You're listening to TexanLive.com. We'll be back in just a minute.
If you want a real authentic Texas barbecue, you need to come to Tin Roof. We've been doing barbecue for 12 years, and we're just a little mom and pop barbecue joint. Everything is cooked fresh here. We have brisket, sausage, chicken that's cooked fresh every day, ribs cooked fresh every day. We have the world's best turkey, and then we do like 15 side dishes, and the side dishes are all from scratch. On Friday and Saturday night we have live music. We'll have a band playing outside. So if you get a chance, come by and see me.
And welcome back out to Turner Stadium. It's all tied up here at 7, 3:06 remaining here in the first half. Mustangs will have third down and 3, ball at the 32-yard line here after this timeout.
Well, if you're Mustang fans, in which we are, we're the Humble Independent School District streaming provider, and so we're definitely Mustang fans. Man, you got to feel good about yourself right now. What a nice job here, Coach Campbell. You bring Trudell back in there. Being real candid, when I saw him go out and saw him getting in the car 4 weeks ago, if you'd have told me he was going to be back in here playing football tonight, I would have unfortunately lost, and I know gambling's illegal, so we'll just call it a handshake bet. But, it's just one of those deals. I mean, he really looked like he was injured bad, but done a nice job of recovery. He's done a phenomenal job here tonight. He's ran the ball well. He's thrown the ball well, and that's the thing that even though he didn't have gigantic stats, you have to at least think about it. And, and that's where, Kingwood's had a great year. They only got one loss in district, and, and this Kingwood team was kind of a dark horse this year. If Sabu stays healthy, who knows? And rumor has it, we'll just have to wait to see. I don't know if he's coming back or not. Trudell up under center here, 3:06 to go in the first half. Takes the snap. Backside handoff right there. Breaks a tackle. Gonna be about, look like he's gonna be down by contact. And it looks like he's going to be about a yard short. So on the 30-yard line, here comes a jumbo package.
And stop made on the outside, number 33, David Lee. on the play for the Highlanders.
You know, the Highlanders have jumped offside. Be curious to see if they go hard count or whether they go first sound. Either way works.
Crowding that line of scrimmage.
Yep, they go first sound right there. They're going to have a first down right there. Nice job, Archer Dale. Just going up there and, you know, you do one or two things. You either go hard count or either you go first sound, and he chose the second. So nice job by him. Going to be a Mustang first down. 2:22 to go here in this first half, and ball going to be placed down right at the 28-yard line. And just a really, really impressive ball game here tonight.
Well, they're doing exactly what you talked about, Bert. They're really killing that clock here left in the second quarter. Of course, the Highlanders will get the ball since they deferred the toss here in the first half.
Here we go, takes the snap. Trudell looking downfield, got a man right there. That's Lay, still on his feet. And, you know, and that's the thing that, you know, I've watched Griffin Lay now. You know, he's kind of like and I don't want to say he's exactly like him, because the young man I'm fixing to talk about, Cade Harrington, I feel Texas Tech, I feel a lot of schools passed on, because unfortunately when he was standing beside me, we were the same height, and I even believe I may have been an inch taller than him. But I didn't run a 4.4. I didn't just set Lamar all-time leading rushing record with 347 yards in one game. And Griffin Lay's another little spark plug out there. Here we go, Trudell. Draw play right there to Lay, and he is stuffed right there. So that's going to be real close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it at. He's actually going to lose about a half yard there, so it'll bring third down, and we'll call it one.
And Stoughton made once again number 32, Matt Mahoney, on the play for the Highlanders.
And I want to give a shout out to my boy, Cade Harrington, here after this play. Griffin Lay gets up under center here. High backfield. Goes with the hard count, goes with the quarterback draw, and does exactly what he's supposed to do. Another first down, 48 seconds, and Coach Campbell will take a timeout here. So, with that said, we will go to our timeout sponsor, Tin Roof. I'm Bert Brockner.
My name is Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
If you want a real authentic Texas barbecue, you need to come to Tin Roof. We've been doing barbecue for 12 years, and we're just a little mom and pop barbecue joint. Everything is cooked fresh here. We have brisket, sausage, chicken that's cooked fresh every day, ribs cooked fresh every day. We have the world's best turkey, and then we do like 15 side dishes, and the side dishes are all from scratch. On Friday and Saturday night we have live music. We'll have a band playing outside. So if you get a chance, come by and see me.
And welcome back out to Turner Stadium. 48 seconds remain here in the half. Kingwood Mustangs have the ball first and 10 on the 17-yard line. Score all tied up here at 7. And a fantastic game we've been able to see so far, Bert. What have you been seeing out of the Mustang offense?
Well, you know, the main thing is you see Trudell come back in here, and without doubt, nothing against TJ West, because, man, what a phenomenal job he's done over the last 5 games. But you clearly see a quarterback, as we mentioned earlier in the show, unbelievable speed. So, you know, not only do you have to worry about now all the different options he had to hand the ball off, he can drop back, he can throw the ball, and more importantly, when he needs to turn on the jets, he definitely has a jet motor behind him. So, you know, it just gives you a different look with this offense. And, you know, you got to just feel really, really good going into next week. You know, you got your quarterback back. First snap, I was like, uh-oh. He fumbled the first one. I'm like, is he jittery? After that, moves the ball right down the field, scores on the first possession. And, you know, you just got to feel good about where the Mustangs are right now. And their defense against this Highlander team has played a phenomenal game. First and 10, ball on the 16, 48 seconds to go here in the first half. Going to be a handoff out here. He's got blockers out front. Nice job by Lay. Going to pick up right at 5 yards, be pushed out right around the 11-yard line. But that was smart, because he could have tried to cut that back in, maybe gained an extra yard or two, but instead made the right decision, went out of bounds, and 5 seconds later you picked up 5 yards. So let's see, 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. Yeah, we'll take 3 of those. That's a touchdown. So nice job by Lay right there, and a good job by the receivers of getting the helmet on somebody downfield and, you know, allowing Lay to pick up positive yards. Trudell takes the snap, handoff again here to the outside, cuts back on the inside. Young does. Going to gain about 3 yards right there, but here's where if you're the Mustangs offense, this is not really what you're built for. 3rd down, and we'll call it 2, 43 seconds to go. Looked like the clock stopped there. What's going on here?
It looked like the clock actually never started. It was at 43 seconds, and then it was after Lay went down that the clock had just started. So the referees are going to have to get together to discuss exactly how much time is left. And it kind of, in a way, it kind of benefits the Mustangs too, because normally the clock would keep rolling unless you call a timeout, but now you actually get a break to kind of collect your offense together.
Well, we're not going to speculate what it is, because one of the things that you've seen all year with Texan Live, I am a company. I'm Burt Brocker, 100% owner of Texan Live, and we strive to make sure we do one thing: cover high school sports. We got volleyball on tonight. We've had volleyball games. We have volleyball coverage up until we hand it off to National Federation, and then they'll follow it all the way through the state championship. And but we cover Houston high school sports, and I've made it very clear, if I ever have to put 28 seconds. If I ever have to put anything negative on my site, then we will not be there. So I will shut it down. So we're going to stay positive right here. 28 seconds. They'll start the clock right here. There we go. 28 seconds and counting. Drops straight back, rolls out, looking downfield, nothing there. Going to cut back to the inside. I think he's going to get the first down right there.
They're going to have to hurry up, spike the ball here, or call a timeout. Looks like Coach Campbell is calling for the spike.
Yep, just like that, 11 seconds. So, this is fun football. You got 11 seconds. And these are kind of things, as I said earlier, this is what Campbell wanted to see from Trudell tonight. Not only be able to move the ball down the field, handle some hits, get his feet, get his feel back, but, great job on the 2 minutes offense here, moving the ball down the field, have 11 seconds, ball's at the 6-yard line. In theory, this is the last play you have, but you don't have to go to the end zone. You could do something up the middle with the draw. Let's see what they do here. Rolls out, going to fire it out there. That ball's almost intercepted. Wow.
Almost a nice play by Antoine Winfield for the Highlanders, but you're exactly right. You kind of just toss the ball up, see what would happen. And, here comes the field goal team and Diego Garcia onto the field for the Mustangs to take that lead at halftime. But, Bert, you talked about it earlier. You said they needed to kill 4 minutes, 44 seconds, and how about them doing a job of doing that right there?
Well, the only thing they didn't do was get the touchdown, but I will say this. What an impressive drive right there. And it'll be curious to see what Coach Campbell does in the second half. That's his call. I don't know if he'll leave Trudell in or not. Here's a snap. Kick's on the way. Kick is good, and the Mustangs will take the lead 10-7 with 1 second to go. So they will have to kick it off, but we'll go to break here. I'm Burt Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
I'm Danny Sullivan, owner of Sullivan's Advanced Paint and Body, your home of top quality craftsmanship with hands-on care. We proudly offer a national lifetime guarantee. Stop on by and say hi. You're going to be glad you did. At Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, we're really going the extra mile to make you smile. Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, 22500 Loop 494 in Kingwood.
And welcome back out to Turner Stadium. With 1 second remaining here in the first half, it's the Mustangs 10, the Highlanders 7, and a nice drive, killing 4 minutes 44 seconds off the clock by the Mustangs, getting the field goal to take the halftime lead.
Our halftime sponsor, of course, Panera Bread, right here in Atascocita, just right over the river. So anytime an Humble Independent School wins, all you have to do is come in there, mention that we won, you get 10% additional. So right now, look like you're going to have an opportunity to go in there and get an extra 10% off. And I just want to thank Panera Bread for coming on board this year and being our timeout sponsor, and also helping out with the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show on Fox Sports Southwest every Friday night from 11 to midnight. And my counterpart here will talk briefly about that right before we go to break. Knuckleball here. Bobbled right there. Mason's going to bring it out. Going to be ran out of bounds right there. Nice coverage right there by the Mustangs. That's one of those deals that you question, but nice job right there. So Mustangs 10, Highlanders 7, and we'll go to halftime here in just a minute. Go ahead, Forrest.
Folks, don't forget to tune into the Fox Sports Southwest tomorrow night from 11 to midnight for the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive. Join Howard 10, Teddy 3 Rings Johnson, Courtney Rowland, Courtney Madden as they take you around the city with all the Houston area football action. The Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive from 11 to midnight tomorrow night on Fox Sports Southwest.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken. That decision set a lot of things in motion. So now it's not just chickens raised this way. It's more ingredients you can trust. Which has taught us a lesson. Sometimes, what you think is the harder road turns out to be the only one worth being on. Panera Bread. Live consciously. Eat deliciously.